Hello and welcome, this is John here. Today I'm going to be taking you through the Project 8 slides, which cover the for loops. This is when Zero Robotics starts to get into a bit more of a tricky concept. So if you're looking for a deeper explanation on these concepts, you might want to take a look at our other Project 8 video, where me and Ryan kind of take a look at it all. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start into this. Go ahead and name your project. Make sure it's on graphical editor and on free mode. From there, we're going to set up some variables. So first we're going to start by creating a singular variable on a pink block. This one is going to be an integer and is going to have the name counter. Very simple, very straightforward. From here, we're going to grab onto these array blocks. To start, we're going to make one called myState. This is going to be 12. Another one, which is other state. Oh, other state, which is also 12. And then one more that is called target. And this one will be 3. All right. So from here, there's going to be a bit on what we're going to do with the program, a bit on myZR and get other ZR state. But the main one we're looking for is page 3, where we set up the counter. So go ahead and head to the main page. We're going to start by grabbing onto our logic blocks here and grab onto our if then. For our condition, you're going to need to go to logic again, grab onto this equal block here, put it here. Basically what we're writing is that if the counter, so we can grab our variable, set it to counter, if our counter is equal to 0. Right, and that's all set up. And then we also need to make sure that every time the loop is ran, that the counter increases by 1. So we're going to grab this, place it here, set this equal to counter, and then on this side, you can delete this number. We're going to go to math, grab this block here, drop it on in. And we're going to grab another counter block. And we're going to add 1 to it. So now at the end, counter is going to be equal to itself plus 1. Very simple, very straightforward. Moving on to the next slide, we're going to set up the ZR states. So go ahead and head into Spears controls. Grab this, get my ZR state, drop it right on into here. Here, make sure that you set these to my state, and for the other one, where you click and change this to other, set this to other state. From there, we'll move right along to what this whole slide is about, for loops. For loops allow you to run code. How should I describe this? Run code over and over again in one instance, basically. So without having to wait for the whole program to loop again, you can run pieces of code over and over again. So we're going to go ahead and, I've already done it, but we're going to go into this loop used for ZRMS, grab this block and drag it right on into here, and then change the number here to 2. Now, on the next page, there's a very big and scary, intimidating flowchart, but do not worry about that. This is basically just explaining what's going to happen throughout the whole project. We're more concerned about the next slide, where we calculate the target position. So we're going to go ahead and go to variables, grab onto this block once again and drag it into our loop, set this to target, delete this here, and go over to our variables. Now remember, we didn't define a variable named index1, but because we have this loop here, now we have one. And so move on to the next one. This process is a bit tedious, but this will allow us to calculate half of each distance. So, to start with the base. Oh, hold on, I grabbed the wrong block. All right, so pro tip, do not already put this in here. It's good to set it up on the side before you start moving all of this into here. So, we're gonna go ahead and grab this plus block, change this to divide, math. We need a number, so maybe we can set this to divide by 2. go back into here, grab this, throw it into the first bit, and now we need to add the first x value of my state to the other x value of other state. I think I said that right. But basically, we're going to change this to my state, and the other one is going to be the other state. It'll look kind of like this. And then once you have this all done, simply take it and drag it right onto in here. You can delete this number. And then, excuse me. There's how you do it. Here's how it looks on our end. It looks about the exact same. And then finally, one more thing. You need to go down here to your spheres controls, set position target, drag it right on into there, and then finally click target. That way your sphere will end up moving to the target that you actually set. And then from there, you're all done. So this is project 8 for loops. And here's what your final result should look like. From here, you can compile and simulate and test to see if your code works as intended. So this has been the project 8 video. I hope this helps you. Ciao, and good luck on your work.